Further working on conditional statements, in this session I introduce nested if statements in which a new condition sits in the place of expression for if condition. Here I have a dictionary including 3 persons and their ages. And I want to develop a code to find the oldest person in the dictionary. Logically, I look at the first 2 people and find the older one and then compare its age with the third person. So to start working, developing a model, developing a code with if nested nested if statements, I start with if and then people. If you have forgotten how to work with dictionaries, you can look at my previous videos on dictionaries. And then people, Peter. So it basically returns age of Peter and age for Joseph, and it compares them. If Peter is older than Joseph, we make a nested if statement. Go to the second if, we look at the Peter's age and compare his age with Claire. And if this condition meets, we can print out Peter is the oldest member of the team. If this if condition doesn't meet, we want to go to another condition. So we make elif statement. So if Peter is not older than Joseph, so Joseph would be older than him. So we don't need to compare them anymore. We just need to compare Joseph with Claire. And if he is older than Claire, it means that Joseph is the oldest member. Joseph is the oldest member. And next line, if none of this condition meets, we make else statement here and we print Claire is the oldest. Claire is the oldest member. So I run the code for the current dictionary and it returns Peter as the oldest member. Let's make Joseph the oldest one. For example, 75. And then run the code to see if it returns. Yeah, it returns Joseph as the oldest member. And if, let's say, 54, 75, and Claire 80. And then run the code. It returns Claire as the oldest member. However, you should be very careful when using nested if statements, as it may not be able to return a proper output. For example, if we put Peter 66, Joseph 30, and Claire 77, so Claire should be output here. It should show that Claire is the oldest member, but it doesn't return any output because the first if meets the condition, but not the nested one. You see here, this one met the condition, but not the nested one. And so it doesn't go through the elif and else statements. For this specific example, we can use Boolean operators of AND, but you should look at the problems case by case. I just put AND. So if Peter is older than Joseph and if he is older than Claire, so we can conclude that Peter is the oldest member. And then we run the code. And now we see the output. Claire is the oldest member. So it returns the correct value if we use Boolean operator for this case. Next chapter, I will introduce loops in Python. Thank you.